Hey, gems and gents. Happy Sunday. It's your girl, Natima Sheree. I know y'all are not used to seeing my face on a Sunday. What is she doing here? Why is she on live? I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you're here to ask that question. Tonight is an extremely special night for the Transparent Gem Inc. family. We are here to celebrate one of our newest authors and newest Transparent Gems, Tara J. We are super excited to share all about her new project and her new literary work that she has blessed all of us with. But before I bring her out, I want to first lay down some ground rules, some housekeeping, so that we can have the most amazing interview and Q&A session with Tara J. First off, if you are watching this live, please go ahead and hit the share button. Make sure that you share this live. Invite all of your friends and family that you think would be blessed by what Tara is about to share. Once you've shared, go ahead and comment shared so that you could potentially win a free copy of tonight's book. So I'm going to give y'all a minute. Go ahead and share this live. Go ahead and tell your family and your friends to get in here. If my diamonds have not yet logged on, let's go. Come on and celebrate this transparent gem. She is a TGI family member. So make sure that y'all get in here. Now, for those of you who do not know, Transparent Gem Inc. is a boutique consultancy that specifically supports women in the BIPOC community with bringing their books and literary works to the market. Now, formerly, we were Words Matter Inc. Some of you may remember that, but we are now Transparent Gem Inc. And we are so excited to help. Wow, we've reached almost 3 dozen writers. We've supported almost 3 dozen writers since 2017 with their independent publications. And Tara J is no different. So you know what? I've done enough talking. Let me bring out the woman of the hour, the guest of honor, the Transparent Gem Inc. Client herself, Miss Tara J. Hello. Oh, let me get you unmuted. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited for you. Like, wow. I'm more so excited for actually the viewers and for those who are going to receive your book and be blessed by all that you shared in the book. As I mentioned, we are going to do a quick Q&A. So we're going to do some Q&A, and then you're going to share some excerpts with us. We're going to do some giveaways. So we have quite a bit going on tonight. I want to give some of your guests a few more minutes to share the live.
Okay.
Let's make sure that they're sharing this. I want them to get in here and share this tonight.
Yes.
And then we will go ahead and get started with the first question. But while we're waiting for them to share and get engaged, please tell us more about you, Tara. Share with us who you are, your motivation for this project. Share a little bit of that with us before we get started with the questions.
Sure. So I am a wife, a mother of 2 wonderful girls. I am a respiratory therapist, so I am a full-time clinician. And then I am a personal development coach and the owner and founder of Alive Coaching and Wellness. I started Alive Coaching and Wellness a couple years ago after my own personal bout with postpartum depression after my youngest child. And Alive stands for Actively Living in Victory and Empowerment. And it was so dear to me because I said, if I can help at least one woman on this journey, then it will be all worth it. And so from it, I've done coaching, workshops, retreats. And then now, with your help, I'm stepping into the authorship world of a solo author. So I'm so excited to have this journey, to have this journal out there, and just to be able to empower. That's pretty much. I feel that's what I'm called to do. I love serving. I serve in my community and my church. From my girls being small, anywhere I can jump in, I'm kind of that person, sometimes too much, but that's also when the journey was well, and I had to take that lesson myself. But just to be able to, again, just to come alongside someone, we all need someone in life that's come alongside us as we're moving forward to grab our hand and bring them along. So that's kind of where I am.
And I'm just so proud of you. I want to take a minute and publicly give you your flowers. I have worked with quite a few, writers and aspiring authors, and I offer the same thing, right? Accountability, coaching, support, mentoring, guidance, tools, resources. But there was something so unique and so special about our journey together because I didn't just pour, but I was poured into in this
Thank you.
process. And I just want to thank you for your obedience and for what you're called to do, and all the people that will be blessed because of your transparency and your stories. We all have a story, right? No one is unique from hardship, struggle, trials, setbacks, trauma.
Mhm.
We've all experienced it. But I think what makes your book so amazing is how naked you were willing to be
Yeah.
for people to truly be set free. We live in this social media world where let's make it pretty, let's make it cute, let's put a
Mhm.
filter on it. But this
Mhm.
book is filterless. There are no
Yes.
filters in this book. She keeps it a stack in
None.
here. And I think people are going to be blessed because of it, even me,
Thank you.
absolutely. So
Thank you.
I got a couple of questions. I want you to share
Okay.
some excerpts. Of course, we are going to do some giveaways. So again, make sure that y'all are sharing this live and
Yes.
commenting that you've shared so that we know to look for your name. But let's get into the first question. Tell me about your vision for
Mhm.
this project. What was the drive? What was your why for doing
Mhm.
this book and this project?
My why, kind of like I said, to help other women, but also I know a lot of for myself, telling my story is something that's not easy. It's not something that I volunteer and jump up and I'm like, let me tell you what happened to me. And but yet, when I have had the opportunity to share, I realized there's so many other women who are like, wow, it wasn't just me, or me too, or I understand. So
Mhm.
with that, I wanted to have something that again wasn't just about me telling my story, but that they can get something in return from it, not just from reading it, but then to do the inner work themselves.
Yeah.
So, having this journal was like the perfect blend because it allows me to set that footprint and to tell my story, to give them some background on the topics, but then also to allow them to do the work for themselves. Because, like I said in the beginning of the book, don't look for perfection. Don't look to quantify it to what I wrote, but now how you can compare it to yourself and just kind of do that inner working. So that was really the why, because a lot of times, even myself, I'll get a journal and I'll sit there and I'm stuck on even what to write,
Mhm.
And so with this, even just having the guided prompts, I pray as a blessing and a help to someone.
Yes, absolutely. You said something that's so key, Tara. You said I did the inner work,
Mhm.
right? It's easy for us to share from a perspective that we haven't completed the journey yet, or we haven't even started the journey yet, right? But there's
Mhm.
something unique and special when you're in the midst of the transformation, because the examples and the testimony that you share, it's been lived, it's been breathed,
Mhm.
it's been validated, right? And so I love that about your stories. All of them are experiences that you've actually been through versus I saw this and I
Yes.
see God move like this. But no, I've actually been there and I've seen God move like this. So that's
Mhm.
amazing. Let's talk a little bit about the journey. If you could share more,
Mhm.
not just about your journey in the stories, but your
Mhm.
journey in writing and sharing those stories.
Mhm.
What were some of the greatest challenges and what were some of the greatest rewards in the process?
Whew. So the challenges, there was many, and as you know, for coming alongside me on this journey, I started this process. I think it was like January, beginning of the year, and unbeknown to me that I was going to get hit with so much. And I remember meeting with you, and you even, we prayed together and talked about how to be prepared for an attack because of using this to share my testimony. And even in that moment, you hear people say it and it's like, I wasn't expecting that. So in the course of writing this, everything from sickness, surgery, death. I mean, I think I experienced every aspect around me. And many times I kind of just wanted to sit it down and be like, forget it. Just
Yeah.
because I felt like I wasn't meeting schedules and deadlines and holding you up, and just even couldn't even get in the space for myself to want to be that vulnerable anymore. I was already being stripped, it seemed like, of everything, and then to still have to pour into this, um, it was hard. So I faced a lot of challenges, but in the writing, it was fruitful because it almost became therapeutic because I was going through so much.
Mhm.
um, I'd almost kind of had to take the stance of, okay, this, I can't stop now. This is needed. Like, I better not stop because
Yeah.
then, I would have been defeated. I already got all of this going on. And if I walk away from this, so even though it was very challenging, some days, like I said, I didn't know the words to write. And I'm just like, can we skip a week? Can we, and it was like, but from it, I gained not only that, but I think even a little bit more confidence in myself with now telling my story
Yes.
more, because it's one thing to write it and it's another thing to speak it. And I'm gonna be honest, once the book finally was, I had it in my hand and I'm like looking at this and I'm like, this is in print, this isn't going anywhere.
Right. No backseas.
So I'm like,
Yes.
okay, I might as well now speak my truth. So
Yes.
today I was a guest here at a women's brunch here in Baltimore, and I was able to stand there and say about my battle of postpartum depression. And
Wow.
so it was it's releasing for me to recognize that there is beauty even in my brokenness. It's, I don't have it all mapped out. I'm by far have so many broken pieces, but I'm embracing that beauty. And just even today, that was so empowering for me.
Wow. Absolutely. And honestly, that brings us to my next question. I would love for you to share with your viewers, where that title came from.
Hmm.
Why was this the title of choice? And I'll just share, I remember when we got to that phase in the process, right? Because those of
Hmm.
you who know me, if I've ever coached you, I have a process and I'm very diligent and I'm a stickler for process. And when we got to that, we went back and forth for a while on this
Yes.
title and on this book title. And I remember even toward the end, you made one more adjustment to it. And it was
Hmm.
like it was like naming the baby, right?
Hmm.
We have what we when we learn the gender of our kids, we like, oh well, I think I want to name them this or that. But it's almost
Hmm.
like you had to go through the full labor and delivery and say, no, this is actually the name. Please
Hmm.
share with everyone because I know the significance, but they don't. Share with them, why this title, why this book title for this project.
Yes. So you're right. Throughout the whole book there is a lot of symbolism, and I'm one who always has meaning a lot behind things. And like you said, we went back and forth, and the first thing that I wanted to at least show was that it is okay to be not put together. It's okay to be mental health and to have different platforms where you just feel like everything is broken. And that's why, even alongside of the title, but I was very specific with you with the lotus flower in it, because there's so much beauty in it, and a lot of times people don't realize that it grows in dirty water. And when you think of brokenness and you think of broken glass, you don't think that it can be put together to be a unique, beautiful masterpiece. And so one of the inspirations behind it, like I was sharing with you, is there's a bowl that when they take broken pieces and they seal it together with gold, and it's like a priceless. It's so unique because there's no other one like that, and that has always just spoke to me as a reminder that yes, I may have this and that and this, but God is molding me, and I am still this beautiful, unique person, even with this brokenness. And so like you said, even in the end, I made the tweak to the title because I wanted women to know that even in theirs, because at first it was beauty and my brokenness. And I'm like, but it's not about me. It's about them. I want them to recognize, I want them to read that they know that it's even in their brokenness, even in their darkest hours, they're still beautiful. And not just the surface beautiful that we see, but inwardly, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. We collectively, it don't have to be this whole mirror front. And there's a lot of references with the titles to mirrors and things like that, because I really wanted people to take a look at not only their physical beauty but the inner beauty.
Absolutely. So Tara, I want to disrupt our Q&A really quick. I'm getting some DMs that people are unable to see your live from your
Okay.
page. So I
Okay.
want to take a minute so that you can update your privacy settings. Go ahead and
Okay.
change it to public so that folks can view it because they trying to get in here, get in here. They want to
Okay.
hear this Q&A, and so I do not want to rob them of the opportunity to be blessed by what you're doing. So
Absolutely.
let's take a moment. I'll do that on my end. So
Okay.
sorry about that, folks. We didn't realize that y'all could not see, and we've been in here just
Yes.
talking and vibing and sharing, and she blessing me. I don't want to be the only one. So let's update those settings so that
Yeah.
everyone can enjoy what it is that you're sharing and what you've worked on.
Thank
I want
you.
to
Give
make
me
sure,
one
yes,
second. I'm
please.
going to, there we go.
So yeah, all right. I updated. Sorry about that, gyms and gents. I didn't even realize Facebook always updating and changing and doing. They be doing the most. So we have edited. It is now public. So
Okay.
please feel free to share, tag folks. If you share it, go ahead and comment shared so that we know because we have two giveaways today. Two of these beauties we'll be giving away autographed copies coming directly from Miss Tara J. We'll make sure that you get your hands on those. See, I see the numbers going up already, sis. They was trying to get in here, and we was just being. Forgive us. We're so
Yes.
sorry. So listen, if you missed the first few questions, they were extremely powerful responses. Make sure that you go back and catch the replay. But we want to continue on and give you more from Tara J. So Tara, I actually want to pause now that
Mhm.
we're seeing more people able to join and we have folks coming in. I want to pause and give you an opportunity to read an excerpt from the book.
Okay.
And then we'll do a giveaway and then we'll have more questions for you.
Sure. So, this one excerpt that I'm going to read is actually a chapter entitled Favor, and the subtitle is Service to Others That Then Serves You. And it says, often we carry the load of others as our own. Divorce, financial struggles, unhealthy relationships, whatever the case, we hold the affected party and their issue close to our hearts and internalize their struggle. To an extent, this is okay because to be fully empathetic, you must place yourself in their shoes. But when caring for and supporting them causes angst and you're not able to separate from the situation, that is when the problem begins. We must remain cognizant of our emotional attachment to the outcomes of others. Are we enabling their growth? Have they processed and gained clarity while you are still sitting in their bed of emotions? Have past hurts and traumas caused an unbiased perspective that can hinder an authentic approach?
Hmm.
There are so many instances that can overlap the boundaries needed to continually stand in the gap and care for others.
Wow. Wow. That is so good. That was such a good word.
Thank you.
Wow,
Thank
that was
you.
so good. And I love what you spoke about as far as setting boundaries. Sometimes we don't realize we have to set boundaries for ourselves. You know, we
Yes.
love to throw that out there. I'm protecting my peace, so I'm cutting people off. You don't need to cut
Mhm.
people off. Just set some boundaries for
Yeah,
you,
for
not even
you.
for them. Because
Hmm.
people do what you allow, but if you set boundaries for you, like, no, I'm not going to give more than I have
Yeah.
today. I'm not going to over extend myself today. That's a boundary for you. And I love that you
Exactly.
speak about that in that chapter.
Yeah.
So now that we have some folks that join, I do want to take a step back just a little bit so
Sure.
that your live viewers can get this and not just those who catch the replay. But if you could revisit and tell us a little bit, just one more time, a little bit
Mhm.
about your book and journal, just for
Mhm.
those who are just joining.
Yeah. So it's Beauty in Your Brokenness, and it's a wellness journal. And I created it. It's a series of chapters where it is a short story, where I am able to tell my story of various topics between, just like with this, caring for others, self doubt, faith, goal setting, procrastination, all the wonderful things that, as primarily it's about for women, that we carry with us. But anything too much of one thing can always be good or bad. And so with this, not only did I want the reader to just sit and read and then kind of walk away with, so what next? Or, well, now I just feel worse, or, that doesn't relate to me, but to have the journal aspect where you have some prompts, some journaling prompts to then be able to work through for yourself. Because it's one thing to read, but then to have that prompting to think a little bit deeper for your own self. So that's why I kind of wanted to have a merge of the two, where that way it's not just because, like I said, some journals I get and I'm just looking at the paper and I don't know where to begin. And then there's others I could pick up a book and I'm like, well, I wish I had a workbook or something to work through that with. So it's kind of
Mhm.
like that hybrid where it's the best of both worlds for them.
Absolutely. And I have to agree. I absolutely love it. It is the best of both worlds. And we're seeing this becoming more and more popular. I wouldn't say trending, but it's becoming more popular where we're sharing memoirs, but also giving accountability. Like now you do the work, right? It's enough to say, oh, I've done it. No, but here now you do it too. And that's exactly what's offered in this journal. But it's just so unique because not only do you have the journal prompts where you're giving them some framework to begin their own introspection and their own, shadow work or whatever the term is that people use, but then you also provide like this extra space for them to just free write. And those who know, my diamonds know, I am a proponent of free writing. It is the best form of release. So y'all make sure that y'all go check it out. Make sure you grab your copy on alivecw.com. It is also available on Amazon and a couple of other distribution outlets that we'll share later in the show. But Tara, it's time for you to do a giveaway. Who wants a copy of this journal? I got mine, but who wants a copy of this journal? Let's run to the comments and see who's in here. Because if they
Okay.
did not share this, they cannot get the copy.
Got you.
Yeah, so we got some love in here. There's a couple of folks in the building. Sierra says, "Hey, ladies, hello, Sierra. Thank you for being with us."
Hello.
And we have the MV Pen. She says, "Hey, Jim, that's for you, Mel. She's
Hello.
talking to you." Thank you for being here, Mel. We so appreciate you. Well,
Yes.
we got Joyce in the building. She's saying, "Hey to me." Hey, Joyce, thank you for being here. Listen, so we have two people who share. We have two people who
Okay.
share. All right, how you want to do this? You want me to just go eeny, meeny, miny? How you want me to pick?
Let's go with the first, if their first, whoever's first name is closest to T, because I don't know who it is, but I'm gonna go with T for Tara J.
Oh, well, that is Miss Tiara Berry. She has shared it.
Okay.
Tiara, you are getting an autographed copy of Beauty in Your Brokenness. I promise
Yeah.
you will be so blessed by this and so inspired by this, especially Tiara being on her wholeness journey. This is perfect timing. So, congratulations, Tiara. We will get your information at
Congratulations.
the end of the show. I'll make sure that I get it over to Miss Tara J, and we will get this copy over to you. Again, congratulations to Tiara, our first giveaway winner. So look, if you are just joining the live, I see those numbers are continuing to grow. If you are just joining the Q&A session with Transparent Jim, Tara J, who is talking about the release of her new book, Beauty in Your Brokenness, make sure that you share this live and then you want to comment that you shared so that when we do our next giveaway, you are selected. Hopefully, look, I'm rooting for you. So I have more questions for you, Tara, of course, and I know the viewers would love to hear more excerpts from the book. But let's first go ahead and jump into a couple of other questions. First off, I personally wanted to ask this
Mm-hmm.
as an advocate for writing and healing and releasing through writing. Talk a little bit about some of those moments of doubt. You alluded to those earlier. You talked about just saying, you know what, maybe it's not time, I'm going to give up. But what was the push? What kept you going and helped you to finish this project?
Um, oh, good question. Honestly, two things. One, I've always carried this in my heart, and I feel I always say if there's just one. So I felt like I told myself, Tara, there's just one. Rather, I only sold this journal to one person. There
Mm,
is one person out there who needed it. And so I just kind of held that, some people have like what they call their avatar. And I never like created a full ideal client. I just always say there's that one. And so I go to that and I pray for that woman. I don't know who she is. I don't know what she's going through, but I always say, Lord, that one who you called me to help, let me continue to show up and be there for her. So
wow.
that's one. And then also my daughters. Um, Having them see me go through this process, um, has even brought us closer, and then to see them see the finished project, because a lot of times it's so easy to say to them, keep going. Yes, it's going to get tough, but you got to finish. But for them to actually see me go through and to say, I don't want to do this anymore and I don't have time, and they know I have 1,000 other things going on. But to see me have to dedicate that time and set aside and say, I need this space, it taught them, I think, even for themselves moving forward, how to take that time for themselves. Rather,
Wow.
it's 1,000 things going. If you commit to something, and I told them this is what I committed to. So even with that, everything that I do, I try to have a lesson for them, because children, you could tell them 1,000 things, but they learn by watching you.
Yeah.
And so I know the first person that they're going to look at for direction is me, their mother. And so in
Yeah.
my darkest days, where I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to send the team an email and say, well, that's it, and I would just really think and say, how can I explain that to them? How can I explain to them that I decided to just stop,
Yeah.
when they know that I'm doing this for other women? So that
Yeah.
would probably be the two reasons. Yeah.
Those are amazing reasons, and I can confirm everything she's saying is true. I remember those days where you were like, you know what, I was called to help one woman, right?
Hmm.
If 100 women are blessed, great, but I was called
Hmm.
to help one woman, and I got to keep
Hmm.
going for her. And
Yeah.
so definitely, God bless you for that. And of course, the examples that you're setting for your daughters. I
Thank
think
you.
we try to give our kids things when really the best thing we can give them is an example, right?
Yes.
A
Yes.
positive example,
Hmm.
watching us live our dreams and watching us obey what God has called us to do. So
Yeah.
I honor you for that.
Thank
So it looks like a comment just came in.
you. Okay.
Someone named Robin is trying to comment and cannot. They said that your setting has it blocked where people can't comment.
Hmm.
So, yep. I listen. We gonna fight through these technical difficulties. The enemy been coming for me for the last 2 weeks straight with technical challenges, but that's okay because we have all
Yes.
the time in the world to get this correct so that folks can be blessed by this. So, Robin, we saw your message. We coming, sis. We gonna get you in here.
Yes.
So, Tara, if you want to just go to your settings, you should be able to allow
Okay.
comments, and then we can see comments from Robin and anyone else who might have a question for Tara J. Go ahead and drop those in the comment section. Also, if you shared this live, go ahead and drop shared in the comments. If you haven't shared this live, what you doing? Share the live and then comment that you shared the live so that you can potentially be the next giveaway winner for this beauty right here. And let me tell y'all something real quick while she's doing that. The graphics on here are amazing. She really poured all her love into this book. She made sure that it was not only inspiring through the words and the content, but the visuals in here, the pictures and the imagery is just absolutely gorgeous. Can y'all see that?
Thank
I can see that. Can
you.
y'all see that? It is so pretty. So y'all make sure that y'all go ahead and share this live and then comment that you shared so that
Thank
we
you.
can hopefully pick your name.
And
All
I
right,
am
so
not seeing real quick,
it's
I'm not
not
seeing
pushing
where I
out.
need to allow it for the comments. It's not showing it to me.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. All
Yeah.
right, Robin. If you watching, go ahead and if you know me, go to my page and comment through there, or you can also go to YouTube and join this live from the Hustle and Shine podcast YouTube channel, and you should be able to comment on there, and we will be able to see it. So please continue to engage. Don't let that discourage you that you can't comment,
Yes.
Robin, because we're grateful that you're here. And for anyone else having any technical issues with viewing or commenting or sharing, please let us know the best that you can, and we will try our best to work through that. But we are grateful that you're here, so please stick with us. So we got a couple more questions for Tara, and then we're gonna ask her to bless us with a couple of more excerpts, and then we have another giveaway, and then we're gonna get out y'all way because Tara got things to do. Okay, she been serving all day. She wants to rest. So Tara, tell us, why is it important for women to share their stories? Why is, from what you've learned from this process,
Mhm.
from going beyond fear, pushing past, hesitation and building the confidence to do this? People think, oh, if I have a story, I can write it. They don't realize what it takes to do this. Why
Yeah.
is it important to you for other women to follow in your footsteps and take this journey?
I would say really it's a personal journey. Like I said, it's I have carried so many different things, and this we kind of decided to condense and keep it at this level, but I think we all could probably have 20 to 30 chapters, in our own book.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, it was sometimes, at least for me, sharing my story, it allowed it to not have a hold on me anymore. It was
Mm.
not anything that I had to carry because I literally put it on the paper. I left it there. And that's where it is. And it's not something that I'm ashamed of. It's something that I'm like, okay, yes, like this is what I've been through. This is what I struggle with. This is what I still struggle with. And it's okay. Like you said, so often social media and just society paints this perfect picture, like everyone has it all together and
Wow.
everything is working out great, and it's just like, no, like when I wake up I have to make some definitive decisions on what I'm going to do, what I'm not going to do,
Mhm.
who I can help, who I'm not going to help, who I got to block at the moment, so it's sharing
Right.
your story is it's releasing. It really is. And I remember just working with you, and you said it's release work, and it is, and it's empowering, because at this point, um like I said, it can't put that shame, it can't put that fear, because now I'm owning it. I am owning what I went through, and it's me, and I still love myself. So
That's
I encourage
right.
any woman who has the opportunity to do it, because a lot of times we put this stigma and these labels on ourselves that do not need to be there whatsoever.
Mhm. That
Mhm.
part. Ooh. Listen, I almost shouted, but I'm trying to keep it cute and mute over here today. I said this is not about me today. So I'm trying to keep it mute. But man, I almost shouted off that because you're right. Like, telling your story takes back all the power. It
Mhm.
calls back all the energy and investment that you've put out there and brings it back to yourself. And y'all
Mhm.
know I'm here for that. I am here for that. Tara, I'm gonna ask one more question and then I'm gonna allow you to read an excerpt and then we're gonna go to the comments.
Mhm.
But what do you hope people take away from this book? Those who read your journal and truly invest in their own journey through
Mhm.
the work that you've provided in this book. What do you hope they walk away with when they turn that last page?
When by the time they get to that last page, my prayer is that each and every person who takes the time to go through this journal really love themselves and can see themselves with even a taste of how Christ loves them. We are so hypercritical. We analyze, we judge, we compare, and it takes a lot for us to step back and recognize, even in all this mess, he loves us just the way that we are. And
Mm,
if we could just give ourselves half the hug that he is giving us every day, we
wow.
will be some dynamic women out here. All of the hate and competition and, pettiness. Like, we can start shedding so many of that when it starts with ourselves. And so I think ultimately, honestly, that would be my prayer, is that they just walk away realizing, I this is me. God loves me. Even in my messiness, even in my brokenness, yes, I'm striving to be more. And it just gives you the courage to move forward, to do more with yourself and do more for others. And because then you have more to pour from, and you're not taking, but you can fill up and then can let that overflow onto others. So I just pray for that overflow of blessings for each woman.
Yes. Oh man, I received that, honey. Listen, did y'all catch that? Y'all better catch that. Because one day it'll be you in the seat to pour into others. You'll be the one with the jar full, and you'll need to give that to other people. So I pray that you receive what she just poured out. That was free, y'all. That was free. So Tara, please bless us with another excerpt from the book.
Mhm. So I'm going to actually read from the part of the intro of the book, just to kind of give, I thought it would be nice to give a little background to the
Mhm.
readers. So it starts with, Dear Lotus Flower, why do I call you that, you might wonder? The beautiful flower that you see throughout this book is a lotus. The lotus plant grows in floodplains along slow moving rivers. Because of the unfavorable conditions that the lotus grows in, it represents rebirth, overcoming challenges, and adversity. To the common eye, we see a beautiful flower floating safely on its lily pad, not realizing the sediment and brush that carried the seeds for it to blossom. In choosing this journal and journey, you have chosen yourself.
Hmm. That is so good. And it brings back such memories. Oh man, that is so good. That is so good. I love, and I've shared this with my diamonds because we did an exercise where we had to select a flower that we felt represented who we are. And I chose the lotus flower. And I remember when that came up in this project, I said, look at God with the confirmation, number one. But number two, you had taught me, this is something I did not realize at the time. I just liked the way the lotus flower looked. I liked that it bloomed from, it emerged out of water. But you taught me that it actually grows in dirty water,
Mhm.
but when it blooms, it is untouched. It has
Mhm.
no residue of its exist, like where it came from, where it emerged from, like its environment did not taint it. And
Yes.
I don't know if y'all catching that, but that should make somebody shout, because many of us who grew
Yes.
up in poverty, grew up in the hood, grew up in unpleasant circumstances, grew up in divorced homes, that residue does not touch you. It does not
Mhm.
determine who you become and who you are blossoming into. So I don't know who that's for, but y'all can get it all up in this book right here. Go get it on Amazon. Get that message, get that down on the inside of you, because that's exactly what Tara talks about, and acknowledging you and referencing you and referring to you as a lotus flower throughout this book, because she wants you to understand that your circumstance and your environment does not determine who you're going to become. So, Tara, when I tell you, I remember we were on one of our one-on-ones and you shared that with me. I had to mute the phone. I was like, God, come on through with that. I needed that. So
Mhm.
thank you for that. Let me run to the comments and see if we have any questions from our
Mhm.
viewers for you. Um, Tiara, thank you. She says sharing your story is definitely empowering.
Yes.
Absolutely. We thank you for
Yes.
that. Thank you. Thank you. Daisha says, love it. I received that. Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here, Daisha. That is one of our diamonds.
Yes.
We love it. She says, that was beautiful and calming. Wasn't that, Tiara? That was just amazing. Wow. So listen, it is not too late to get in on this next giveaway. Please make sure that you share the live and then comment that you shared. If you are having trouble commenting, just go ahead and inbox Tara directly and say, Tara, I shared it, but I couldn't comment that I shared it. I will still see those messages. So make sure
Yes.
that if you cannot comment on this live, that you just go ahead and DM her. I will be able to see it and she can see it. And then we will still acknowledge that you've shared this live. So thank y'all so much for being here. We so appreciate you. We have just a couple of more questions for Tara, and we're going to do one more giveaway, and then we are going to give you back your evening. Is that all right, Tara?
That's perfectly fine with me.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so I kind of okay. Robin says she shared. Thank you, Robin. Thank you for sharing this live. We
Okay.
got you. Look, we got you locked in.
Thank
We got
you.
you locked in. So this next question is somewhat similar to the one I asked about why it's important for women to share their story, but it's a little bit different because I want you to take a moment and speak directly to the woman who has a story and who has hesitation, who has fear, who has circumstances and situations, upbringing and background telling her she's not good enough, that no one cares about her story, her voice doesn't matter. What advice would you give her specifically from where you were when you started the journey to now having held your finished product? What advice would you give her directly?
To that woman or young girl or young lady, I would first start with saying your story matters if it's no more to yourself. Sometimes, we go through life with wanting validation from others, and telling your story and writing it down, it validates it for yourself. That's the first step, is to recognize it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks in this world. I am true to myself. I love myself. I am enough. I'm his beloved. And from there, again, when we release, it helps others. The blessings just flow. And so there's always that other person. We never realize how many people are watching what we do,
Mhm.
and we still have no idea, but someone out there needs what you have to say. Someone out there coming from the same broken home, or the same dysfunctional relationship, or financial hardships,
Mhm.
or mental health. I just shared with so many women today at the brunch, and so many of them were just like, I just don't even know where to begin with talking to someone, and recognizing the fact that even since the pandemic, it has become even more. And like I shared with some of them, yes, so much more awareness have came to it, but people still are not talking about it as they should. And so just within your circle, it don't even have to be widespread, it don't even have to be mainstream, but your best friend, your sister, your coworker, your neighbor, like sharing with them is empowering them. It's
Yeah.
empowering you, and from there it becomes a domino and a ripple effect, because Laura knows this was a struggle, and the team, like you some of the times you were like, okay, but really tell me what's going on. It wasn't easy. And I will say to anybody, it's not easy. I mean, for some it might be easy just to go head on and blab it all on the paper and keep going.
Mhm.
But this was a struggle. And even you're going to come through, the remorse afterwards of, should I have wrote that? Should I have admitted that?
Mhm.
Should I have, what are they going to think? What are they going to say? Um, but then, like I said, when you have that breakthrough and you just feel that love of, it's just like, okay, but I am me. I am loved. I am his. And he has me still just as beautiful. It's a wonderful thing,
It's so
and to
good.
look back over the journey of where I came from, and to realize I feel more better about myself now than I probably ever did. Yeah. Hmm.
That's amazing. I'm just all smiles because I got to see the journey firsthand. And for those who walk close with you and who know you and know what you've been going through these last couple of months, you are the epitome of resilience and perseverance. And
Thank you.
I don't say that lightly because I know you would be jumping on a call having dealt with so much just 10 minutes before, and yet we're completely dedicated and focused. And that's how I knew this was perfect, purpose driven, and that there was for no other reason you were doing this was because God had placed it on your heart to do. Because, like you said, the average person would have been like, what? I got to go through all of this now.
Mhm.
Tara, you keep me honest, but on our very first call, what did I say? I said,
Yeah.
The warfare
Yes.
comes the
Mm-hmm.
minute you say yes. And I tell this to my diamond writers, the minute you say yes, my story
Mm-hmm.
will empower, will set free, will liberate, will encourage and inspire another woman. You are going to be up against warfare. And so,
Yes.
Tara, I really hope that when you hold this book in your hand and you celebrate this work, it's not just because of the stories, the content, the beautiful cover, the people that are going to be blessed, but
Mm-hmm.
you put yourself first by saying, I'm going to finish this. I don't care
Mm-hmm.
what's coming at me. I'm going to finish this. And
Yeah.
I am just so, so very proud of you for that.
Thank
Um,
you.
so what is next for you? What is in your future? What all are you working on? I know this has birthed so much in you. So how
Yeah.
are you going to now bring this to the world? What are you going to do after this?
Um, I honestly do not know. It's and I and I have to laugh saying that because I am still even well, and I'm going to have an honest moment here. And you really had to help me with even recognizing and owning the fact that to say author, even today, at this function, I'm like, I gotta remember to say that. Like, was it just like so?
Yes.
Um, Sometimes it's as I won't even say it's weird. It's just when God gives me something, I do it, and then I sit back and I'm like, what did I do? And I think this is one of those moments where I was like, okay, Lord, so you told me to do this. But and like last year was my retreat. He put it on my heart to have a luxury and wellness retreat for women, and I did it. And after the fact, I was like, I can't believe I just did that. So I'm almost in one of those spaces again
Yeah.
where I'm just like kind of resting and okay, Lord, what do you have next for me?
Mhm.
I will say I do want to do another retreat that has been pouring in my spirit. So hopefully in 2024, maybe even early 2024, depending on where with the weather,
Mhm.
I would like to have that coming about for women.
Mhm.
Um, and then from there, just even and the women who actually already received the journal have asked about doing like a group together through the journal. And so I'm looking into being able to offer that because again, having that safe space to work through it together, hey, that's a wonderful thing. So if that's
Mhm.
how women are going to be able to empower and feed off of each other, I'm here for it. I'll give my time to it. So
Yes.
looking to be able to create an avenue for that for women and then to come together for a retreat is probably definitely on the immediate list of things that I feel led to do.
Yes, absolutely. And I know that from this, you have expressed an interest in speaking. So if
Mhm.
you would like to book Tara J for a speaking opportunity or vending opportunity, how can they reach you? How can they connect with you and support you, not just with this project, but all
Yeah.
that you're going to be doing as a result?
So naturally through social media, I have my page here. I have a live coaching and wellness. I do have a business page that you can always message or follow for things that I'm doing. And then even just emailing tara.j at alivecw.com. Just send me an email. I love to collaborate. I love to be able to show up. And again, just to be able to help touch somebody, even if it's just to be in the building to just be there, to just be a presence, to just pray. I'm open to it, and it is stepping out of my comfort zone. I have to say that, but it's good because it's time, and I'm hearing that from the Lord. He has put me in this place where a lot of things had to be shuffled and moved for me to be in this position at this point, and I'm
Mhm.
recognizing that, and it would be remiss of me to not act on it. So
Yeah.
definitely, social media, Instagram is at alive_CW, Facebook, email, pretty much all the avenues. I'm there, and
Yeah.
I'm willing to help.
Absolutely. Well, listen, I want to do one more giveaway. We did promise the people two
Yes.
before we do your closing remarks. Let's see who. So we know Robin commented
Hmm.
that she shared the live. Let's see if we have any more that shared the live. Okay, so we have two that shared this live. Y'all slipping. Y'all don't want this. I mean, you can get it off Amazon. You can get it off of livecw.com, but you could have got you a free autograph copy tonight had
Yep.
you shared the live. Y'all slipping. But Sarah, we have two that shared this live. How do we want
Okay.
to select the winner?
So let's go. Oh, this is going to be hard. So I did tea before. I don't know. Let's see. Is it a way that they can comment a number or no? Well, that'd be hard because some can't comment. So I am going to say, let's go with Jay, who has either first or last closest to Jay.
Oh, well, that is Miss Joyce. Thank you, Joyce, for
Okay.
sharing the live. You have just won a copy of Beauty in Your Brokenness. This will come to you. So make sure at the end of the show, you please DM me. And we'll make sure that we get your information over to Tara J so that you can receive your autographed copy of this journal. Listen, I have read this. I've already started my work portion of this, my inner work portion of this, and it really is reflective. It really does prompt that introspection to make you think like, is this something I struggle with? Have I mastered suppressing this? There's just so much that's going to come up that you didn't even realize until you get your hands on this. And her stories really do help you to prompt reflection within yourself. So make sure that you go to Amazon.com or AliveCW.com and grab your copy today. So, Tara, I know we are coming up on the hour. I want to give you an opportunity. First off, I'm going to ask all of those who are viewing live to please drop some flowers and some
Mhm.
transparent gems, aka diamonds, in the comment section for me. Let's go ahead and love on Tara J. This is not easy. I know there's a lot of celebrities who have ghost writers and they have all these people who do the work for them, but it is completely different when you've done the work yourself and then you sit down and have that mirror facing moment and say, how can my brokenness and trauma bless somebody else? How can the healing work that I'm doing and the accountability that I'm facing bless somebody else? So let's go ahead and love on her. Go ahead and drop some flowers in the comments for me. Drop some transparent gems in the comments for me. If you have a question or a comment, something that you would like to say to her, please drop that now as well. And then we're going to allow her to do her final remarks before we say goodnight. Tara, really quick, I'm going to show you some love. There's people already loving on you. We're getting those flowers and those gems. Thank you, ladies,
Thank
so much.
you.
Oh, the lotus flower. I love it, Tiara. Thank you for the chat. We have the MV pin. Thank you so much. She says, congratulations.
Thank
Lots
you.
and lots of love. Tiara says, that's right. You are an author. Come on,
Thank
say that.
you.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for being here. And for those of you who are here but cannot comment, we feel your energy. We feel your good vibes. We feel your love. Thank you so much for being a part of this. This is an amazing thing. It's important that we celebrate her and that we honor her today because, again, this is not easy. I don't care who tells you it is. It is not, especially when you are doing it for God and it is about kingdom work and not about you. So we thank you, Tara. Tara, any final remarks, any last gems you want to drop, any encouragement for your viewers?
Just to embrace your beauty and your brokenness, love it, love yourself. Like I said, we are his beloved daughters, and the more that we can just pour into ourselves mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, the better we are to serve others, to serve ourselves, to for our families, for everyone around us. But we can't do anything until we start doing the work ourselves. So I challenge you in whatever way that looks like for you, whether it's journaling, prayer, meditation, travel, like it could be whatever. Just take the time for yourself and to do that work and to just be able to step aside and say, this is for me. This is what I need. This is my purpose, my calling. Follow your dreams. Like if it's put in your heart, it's put in your heart for a reason.
That's
Don't let
right.
it sit there. Don't let it go dormant, because a lot of times that looking at myself, I would have put this to the back burner so many times if I just said, well, life comes first. But no, someone needs to hear what's going on with you. Someone needs you to come alongside and lock arms as a sister and say, there is beauty in your brokenness. So I just challenge you today to embrace it, to love it, and to just celebrate yourself.
Oh man, I love that. I love that. Tara, thank you so much. I am just grateful for your willingness to put this project out and to push past the no's, that self-talk no and the no around you, and say that I'm putting this out. I am genuinely blessed by this. I'm not just saying that because I got to be a part of the journey, but I truly have read this. I read the manuscript and now I'm reading the book and doing the work and really, really being blessed by it. So thank you again. Grab your copies today. Get your copy today. Amazon.com, alivecw.com. You do not want to let these sell out, okay? Go ahead and get your copy. I promise you, you will be blessed. Tara, I'm going to go ahead and send you off stage, and then I'm going to close out the show, and I'll be with you in a minute.
All right,
Again, thank
thank
you to all of
you.
our viewers. Y'all show her some last minute love over here before I let her go.
Thank
They are
you.
loving the comments, sis. They're loving you. All right, Tara, I'm gonna see you in just a second.
Okay.
All right. All right, Gems. Thank y'all so much for watching this Q&A with author Tara J. Thank you for showing her love, for dropping those gems, for dropping those flowers. It is so important that we hold one another up and we lift each other up and we do something so amazing. I know, again, social media makes these things seem like they're normal and they're easy, but they are not. It takes courage, it takes resilience, it takes fortitude, and it takes self-awareness to be able to boldly share some of the transparent stories that she shared in this book. So look, gents, if you have a story, if you have something that is pressing on your heart to share, and you are ready to take that next step, please reach out to us, Transparent Gem Inc. We are here to support you. We are here to help you. Manuscript development, anything that you need in the self-publishing process, we got you. Editing, proofreading, beta reading, author branding, we got you. So make sure that you hit us up. You can go to diamondwriters.com, natimasheree.com, and get all the information that you need about Transparent Gem. Again, go get your copy. I don't know how else to tell you. You want this in your personal library. You want this as a companion for your growth and wellness journey. So make sure that you go ahead to Amazon.com and alivecw.com to get your copy. Thank you again for being here tonight. We so appreciate you. You could have been anywhere. Football is on. We know it's Sunday, but you came and spent an hour with us. And we, Tara and I, as in we, are very grateful for you. So until next time, we see you here on the Hustle and Shine podcast on Wednesday. Until then, continue to hustle and shine. Good night.